Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. Drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver. Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino's shot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Gino's Spot on Tuesday, 6:30. Every single Tuesday, 6:30. Do not miss it. And you can see my hat. I've got my hat on today. It's my Fru McMillan hat. I couldn't remember the guy's name. And our guest, Patrick Grewar, is in the studio tonight. And he's going to be, we're going to be chatting just a little bit later. But I thought he's pretty good at tennis. So I thought I'll wear my it's the only guy I could remember from Wimbledon. There's always been the doubles. Who did he play with? I can't remember.
Bob Hewitt.
Bob Hewitt. Oh my word. Well, that's not. We won't go and touch on that, if you know what I mean. So I've got my Fru McMillan cap on and ready to talk about all sorts of things tonight. Thank you to our sponsors. Obviously, Gino's Spot's been going now 5 years this year. It is 5 years this year because we're going to have a little bit of a celebration at some stage, a little 5-year birthday celebration, which I think is a marvelous idea. And so if any of you are keen as well, let me know. And you can come to our birthday celebration, which we'll be probably doing in May. It looks like we've got a tentative date around the 22nd or so. So keep an eye on that. We're going to do I think let's do a nice little cocktail supper or something. And I've got my little drink, my Fitch and Leeds, which kindly sponsored by Fitch and Leeds, our sponsor for 5 years. They've been on board since the very beginning, and thank you to the guys for supporting us, supporting the local talent, you know. And then of course Centre Stage at Bay West, which is our new venue. We're preparing at the moment. We're looking at our futures looking bright there. So within the next few weeks we'll be announcing shows and stuff that we're going to be starting there. Beautiful venue. Beautiful lighting provided by Line Out Productions, Ronnie van Jaarsveld and the guys there doing a fantastic job. And we've got some great shows coming, fantastic shows. Our shows, obviously, every Tuesday. The best place to watch it is YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube, you can subscribe to it and you push the little bell and it reminds you every week. If you want to see a little bit of PE, a little bit of Grewar or NMB or The Hague or anywhere in the Eastern Cape generally. It's Eastern Cape people. It's a program about Eastern Cape people. We are also doing our Eastern Cape. The Eastern Cape is for me, and particularly PE, is the place where it should be. There should be our semigration base, our semigration station. So because Cape Town's getting far too busy, Johannesburg's a mess. So come down here. We're okay. We're all right here in Dubai. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have a special guest. We always have the Eastern Cape people, and there's the Eastern Cape people that have got their heads down and are working. That's the guys we want here on Gino's Spot. We want the Oaks, the PE jollers. That's who we need here. The PE people who have got their, like I said, got their heads down, been working for years. Part of the fiber of PE, and it's great for the guys overseas as well. If you're watching from England or Australia, Australia. I'm trying to get the accents right, or even Scotland, where I think the Grewars are right from Scotland. All right, you know, up north. The more up north you go, the more rolling of the R's there. So, where you're watching in the world, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Gino's Spot, and you, like I said, you can push that little bell, and then every week, Tuesday, 6:30, you'll be reminded to pop on and have a look and see who it is from PE. And how's it, Natasha? Nice to see you as well. I heard that she's been on the show as well. Natasha's got the imagine that's the selfie station there at Bay West as well, which is fantastic for you if you want to do your selfies. Stephen Meyer, ex-VP, how's it? Lovely to be back in PE. I'm so glad you are, Stephen. We'll have to hook up sometime. Say how's it. I remember Stephen was part of the cadet band. He had a band in PE. That was at VP. That was one of the first places I learned to play music. It was great fun. We didn't even have a teacher. I think we used to do it ourselves out there. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get our guest on and stop buggering around, wasting time. Let's hit the intro. Oh, try again.
Welcome to the show. Now it's your time to shine. We're gonna have a lekker chat tonight. Another good time.
I do all those intros myself, Patrick.
You do. I can see that.
Can you hear it? Welcome to the show. Lovely to have you on, Patrick.
Well, I'm honoured, and really, you must be scratching to get me here. I know you have celebrities and successful businessmen.
The bottom of the barrel.
I'm just a farmer and a paddle promoter, general manager for paddle. But lovely to be here, and I hope I can add some value to your show. And not embarrass my family too much.
No, I've got this show. The show is all about, like I said, about just the PE regulars. So, like you say, like we're scraping the bottom of the barrel now, getting Patrick on, but we can we can get through the show, I'm sure. No, look at I know that I heard about the name Patrick Grewar kept on popping up because of the paddle.
Okay.
The paddle, because you head of the Africa paddle story, is that right?
Only at Old Grey, at Port Elizabeth, at Quebec.
Yeah.
Old Grey, Port Elizabeth, Africa paddle. Yes, my friend Graham Howell.
Yeah.
The two of us played in Cape Town, and we so enjoyed the game, and we thought Port Elizabethans would love it.
Yeah.
And the people from GQ, I prefer Port Elizabeth.
Yes,
but anyway,
yes,
we decided Old Grey would be the right spot.
Yeah.
And it's been a nice way to sort of indirectly put money back into the education of the Grey schools. It's a wonderful facility, and education, I think, is something close to my heart. And nice to be part of it. And we have a wonderful restaurant next door, run by Renell and Brad, the Old Grey Club.
Of course,
and
Renell's
good food, and we complement each other, and it's lovely. It's a lovely family venue.
Because it's the whole package there. It's got, they've got the squash courts as well there on the other side. They've got the and you say so some of it goes back to the Old Grey as well, and upgrades the venue and upgrades that stuff as well.
Are indirectly benefit.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and certainly the old boys.
But I don't want to really go on too much about the paddle. I think I passionately promoted it,
it's very popular.
It's a wonderful sport, and if you play a bit of tennis or squash, you'll be pretty good at it.
The Discovery Health is involved there as well, and I think they push it quite a lot.
Yeah, and if you're a Discovery member, it's quite important. Many people don't know it. If you're a Discovery Vitality member, you get a 20% discount.
Okay.
So, it's been competitive. There are about 17 courts, I think, in Port Elizabeth now. It's not all bad. They're promoting the sport, and it's just nice to see people having fun.
Yeah. It's good because and I know that whole Discovery thing was all about keeping people fit. So that they don't have to pay the bloody medical aid bills.
You get a bit of a discount, I think.
Yeah, I think they do in the end. But it's great, and actually, I must definitely have a go at it. I've been to a few lessons, and
we'd love to have you.
It's kind of like squash and tennis at the same time. It's squash and but it's off the back walls and. Also, so
exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. A combination of the two, basically.
And very, very popular. Like I said, it's just everybody seems to be playing it. It's like cycling.
That's
it's like always think you pay like $1 million for a bat. So
not too bad.
Not too bad. You guys have got there's a little shop there. I think like a pro shop kind of thing on the premises too. But so paddles we are kept on hearing your name as well.
Okay.
But I know that you're a farmer as well. You're out there.
For my sins, I am a farmer. I think when I met my lovely wife, who I've been married to for 40 years.
40 years, 2 days ago.
Yeah.
40 congratulations to Vanessa.
And at the time I was still farming Angora goats, and
Okay.
they were making good money, and I think she thought I had a lot of cash. It was. We spent the first 10 years of our married life there. My kids, a little
Digging
farm
your way
school.
out of debt.
Little
No,
farm.
taking-
Well, exactly. I bought a farm adjacent to my family farm with a massive bond, and the Moe boom came and went.
Oh, okay.
But those
Is it
10
still-
years, I heard you mention, I have to correct you,
Yes.
that I'm a hardworking, it's a lie.
It's a lie.
It's a lie. I do work at I promote Africa Padel at Old Grey. I'm a general manager together with Gino and Graham, and
Okay.
she fortunately does the admin side. But yeah, we're passionate about it. But I don't work very hard. I go to my farm one day a week. I'm
So you
seriously
chill a bit.
debited to my staff and my farm. They basically run the show. I go up and check them.
You got some good people there.
Well, I'm a cell phone farm. I've perfected it for
Oh, is
30
it?
for 30 years.
Cell phone
And
farming.
all credit to my staff.
Yeah. Well, you've got. I mean, I suppose. And give us who's working at the farm there. Right? What do you? Because what does it take to run a? It's a mow. So it's mohair. It's goats.
No, I wish I had more goats. It's unfortunately it's a lot of merino sheep.
Okay.
And the game,
Scarpa.
and I've got some Angora goats. At one time, I had a lot of Angora goats, but I swung over because the Moe boom came and went. And now, actually, farming is like, sheep farming is like having an affair with your neighbour's wife. You know it's wrong, and you just keep doing it.
Have you watched that Jeremy Clarkson thing on?
Yes, it's similar. I feel like Jeremy Clarkson. Yeah, no, exactly. But he's got a lot of cash, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't do this for fun. I've got to keep my wife in nice shoes and Woolworths food, you know.
Is it?
It's quite a challenge.
Yeah, I'm sure. So it really is. I mean, it's a difficult thing to get right. That this whole farming thing. So you don't grow crops. There's no crops there. It's just
The only thing that grows, if I have to quote Puttenswar, is the overdraft. No, it's not so bad. I've been really privileged to raise 2 lovely kids and a couple of grandkids, and I'm grateful. Yeah.
And I mean the Angora goats, like you say, that because I see there's a mohair shop here in 6th Avenue. That whole mohair industry. So now it's wool and mohair. It's a similar vibe. I went into the warehouse the other day at the BKB there.
Yeah.
That warehouse is monstrously big.
It was at one point of time was the largest storage space in the southern hemisphere. I don't know if it still is. Maybe not.
You can't see the end.
Yeah, I know it's massive.
And it's indoors.
Massive, yeah.
Hey.
No, it's massive. Yeah.
It was Charles Swart took me through that place. And I could not believe the size. And then they had all the little boxes with all they'd sorted everything.
They'll have sales.
Yeah.
Weekly during the sale time, and
Okay.
But hopefully, the world economy improves and
We get another
people
boom.
like natural fibers.
Yeah.
Wool's best and mower's
Yes.
top.
It doesn't,
And, support us farmers. We need it. The government doesn't seem to think much of us. They want to do expropriation bills, and we don't get much support worldwide. Farmers get massive support. Probably 50% of their turnover is subsidized. And here in South Africa, we paddle our boats all on our own, and they introduce these expropriation bills, which I don't believe. The rand strengthened after that, so that tells you something. We are a resilient bunch, particularly farmers. We are resilient, and we've been through tough times. And I'm convinced this country has got to focus on the goodwill out there and build on that and fix what's broken.
Yeah.
Don't mess with people that are doing a good thing.
Yeah.
And that goes with healthcare, and that goes with education. Fix what's broken. I want to actually start swearing now, but I won't.
Don't break what's fixed. Don't tear down what's already working. Rather fix what's broken. You're quite right. You're quite right.
And there's goodwill out there, and if we hold hands, we can fix. I'm totally aware there's been the wrongs of the past, and it's 30 years on with democracy, and we can make this country work even better. And I mean, you go to Cape Town, wow, well, number one city in the world. That's independent. That's not my view. That's an independent view, and I've just been there to celebrate my anniversary.
Yes.
And my lovely little grandsons, Jesse, little blue-eyed boys.
I think we've got some pictures here. Let's have a
Where's Jesse?
quick look here. What's that?
That's my firstborn. That's Harvey.
Okay.
And I don't know where
Harvey,
Jesse
your first
is.
grandson.
Jesse, that's
There we
little
go.
Jesse. It was his birthday, coincided with our anniversary.
Look at his little blue-eyed boy there, the blondie and blue eyes here. Perfect.
Yeah.
Grandkids, has that changed your
Here's
life?
my lovely family.
Hey, yo. So just tell us the family, just briefly there. Your wife
my
is-
daughter Kelly, my son Ross, and Anton, and Harvey, and Sebastian, and Jesse.
Okay.
Sebastian in a blue cap, and Harvey's the firstborn, the eldest on the left there,
grandchildren,
and obviously
okay.
my wife on the right.
Okay,
So really
who
lucky.
was 3?
Oh, little Jesse in the middle there.
Little one there.
And Caroline, my Swiss, we're a real mixed Guelders family.
Is
You
it?
know, my grandfather, as you alluded to, was a Scotsman.
Scotsman, yes.
Great grandfather, I should say. And my mother, Venezuelan. My grandmother on my father's side, Catholic. Irish proper, you know. Miss Patrick, in fact, that's where I got the name. You know.
All right, of course.
So quite a mixed girl, eh?
Yeah, I've got my Irish thing here. I've got my Irish nun. Let's just put it on. So yeah, this is because I believe we were speaking about Sister Ethel just now.
Oh God, yes. No, that's one of my one of my sad farming stories. You know.
Yes, tell us a story about Sister Ethel.
For my staff, you know, they I've already praised them, but this was one of their failures. They I don't know if it was the current employees, but they were sharing the goats and
sharing your
and
goats.
there
at
was
the
a
time.
little thunderstorm coming, similar to the type of weather we got now.
Yes.
And they thought that they would not interrupt sharing, and they put the wool goats in the shed instead of the shorn goats, and it turned out to be a horrific cold front.
Oh my word.
And you know, that's why I haven't got many goats left now. But anyway, 200 of them died.
200
sadly.
goats
They
died.
died very rapidly of pneumonia, and the meat was perfect.
Yeah.
And I shared all the meat out with the local community, of which there are lots. I've got quite a social responsibility that I've inherited.
Yes.
And lovely people, Kleinpoort.
Yes, Kleinpoort.
Yeah,
The
but
plaza Kleinpoort.
anyway, where I'm going with this, they chop wood.
Yeah.
We had a diamond tip saw, and we used to provide. My wife used to keep her
It's to sell wood.
in a little bit of Woolworths food, you know.
Yes,
and
yes,
shoes.
yes.
And we would sell this wood every week to filling stations.
Okay.
And I'd loaded up 200 bags of wood and 100 of these goat carcasses, and I took them to Mission Vale, which was some Sister Ethel, amazing woman.
Yes, she was
Like you,
Yeah,
yeah?
of course. No, she was lovely. She was waiting for you there. Where's Patrick? waiting down the road. And you came up there. You came up with 100
Anyway, I
goats.
come with all this. It was like manna from heaven, and she
Jeez.
welcomed me and hugged me, and it was these. They feed 800 people a day.
Wow. Okay.
Amazing. Every single day are dependent on Mission Vale. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Anyway, the people there, Linda van Oudtshoorn and many others, I can't remember all the names. I remember very little nowadays.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yes.
they were so happy. She was so happy to see me, and she took me on a tour while they were offloading the goats,
Okay.
the meat, and dividing it up.
Yes.
And to my horror, when I came back, they thought, oh, this farmer, he's amazing. He even thought of the briarwood. And everybody got a nice briar pack and a pack of wood, and there went my wife's wood.
There's all the wood.
Yeah,
All the wood going. You know.
But anyway, it's a good Irish
I
nun.
tell you what, she must have been very thankful. She's saying, thank you so much. You can't believe that he brought the meat, but he also brought the briarwood as well.
True story.
That's hilarious. Oh, shame, Sister Ethel. Well, you know, you did a good deed
Wonderful,
that day.
wonderful lady, and they still continue her legacy
Yeah,
today. And,
for sure.
Yeah,
For sure. It's out Mission Vale side. Do we just have a look at some of these comments here? Yeah, I see there's some comments coming in. Linda Vitt, how's it, Lynn? Nice to see you as well. Thanks for coming on. And let's see, Wendy. Oh, Patrick also comes to our shows. He says,
I am. Yeah.
Been to a couple of shows. Ruben, played paddle in Joburg over the festive season. It's a great. Thank you, man, Ruben. You play some paddle. I've actually got to give it a go.
I see Davina.
Yes,
Love
Davina.
She's caring in the UK. Hi, Davina.
Yes, lovely.
So good to see you. We went on probably one of the nicest money I've spent in my life.
Yeah.
We went on an overseas trip together to the Greek Isles. And Davina and her friend Jean, and we had a great time in the Greek Isles, and it really was spectacular. And from there we went around I split up with them, and I went across Europe and zigzagged across Europe. Had the time of my life. It was amazing, amazing. Can recommend that to any young person before you get married and settle down.
Yes,
gotta have a go. I always tease my wife. It made me think of Greek Isles. I was married briefly for 2 years. Sadly the marriage ended after 2 years. But my current wife.
That was 40 years ago. Yeah.
We remained good friends. Okay. It was a model divorce.
Yeah.
Money, no kids, and we remained friends.
Yeah.
With the family and her, which was great.
Good.
But she's passed on. But from a humorous side, she went to the Greek Isles on honeymoon, and this one, Vanessa, my current wife, went to the Beacon Isles. So I always tease her,
Into the Beacon Isles.
But this one's lasted longer. 40 years.
So it just shows you.
She's been a wonderful wife.
Don't spend the big money, rather just concentrate on the marriage. Oh, my word.
Guys, you don't have to go to the Greek Isles.
No.
Beacon Isles good enough.
It's all good. Let's have a look at a picture here. Let's see what we got there. Oh, is that your wife there?
That's my wonderful wife,
That's Vanessa.
Vanessa.
Excellent. Yeah. And 40 years. Well, congratulations.
That's a long time, And she still looks almost the same, Well, it wasn't it was a few years ago, but she's actually, I think she's got prettier.
Yeah, of course, you've got to say that.
Scoring points.
Big points. Big points. Oh, my son. It sounds, I see another comment there, Maxwell Mandava. So that's totally amazing, Sir Patrick.
Maxwell. Oh my goodness! I've just uploaded him, given him a lift to Walmer. He's painted my farmhouse.
Is he painting yours?
Plainport Country Farmhouse.
Are you giving it a new paint and a new?
Yeah, no. Listen, farming, as I alluded to, is not great, and I really say this to all farmers: you've got to diversify. Like I was a financial advisor at one time.
Yes. We were just talking before the show.
You got to diversify, and clearly in my game, I think dollar-based. Yeah. I used to be in hunting. Sadly, I don't really do it. My staff hunt the people. And go out, take them out. And I used to do professional hunting, and the dollar-based is the way to go. And maybe one day, if I sell my farm, somebody can get back into that. I did it in my youth, and it was quite lucrative. Because sheep, as I mentioned, and goats aren't so great at the moment.
I suppose you've got to wait until that price goes up.
Well, I'm also, I've got a little guest lodge, a game lodge, I should say, tiny one that I've just built. I'm very proud of, something I've always wanted to do. And it's been, I love ventures, and they haven't all been successful. I have to...
But that's what entrepreneurship is all about. It's about you've got to fail, you know what I mean?
Well, maybe I'll tell you one of them. When I finished up in the Navy, I mentioned to you I was in the Navy.
Yes.
I was called up to commandos, and my heart wasn't really in this border war, I'm a bit of a pacifist, and it's so sad to see the war with these people fighting and killing each other. It's just tragic, man. It's tragic. We just don't need this, okay? Anyway, my heart wasn't really in it, and I thought, you know what, the Navy's the place. And I joined PF. And
Okay.
I thought we weren't going to get invaded by the sea. And
Probably not,
and,
yeah.
And, you know, you go for your opposition. You know, if in tennis your opposition's got a weak backhand,
Yeah.
you pick on the backhand.
Okay.
And the enemy, historically not great swimmers, Africans.
Yeah.
And we
So
were having this border war. And
Pick the Navy.
and the Navy, I thought, well, there are not many ships in Cape Town.
Yeah.
Say no more. I played
Yeah.
touch rugby at Clifton. I played rugby for Hammies.
Yeah.
Not very good, but I filled out quite soon after school. I was a tennis player and squash
Yes,
player,
yes.
and I'm still filling out, as you can see. But anyway, I kept Greenpoint safe.
Okay.
I guarded the fort there. I don't know. Fort
did you
something,
keep Fort
Greenpoint during
checking
the state of emergency.
During
you
the
know?
watch. During the watch.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm very glad.
Cuts
I don't have any
Katzenellenbogen.
blood on my hands.
Yeah.
But from a positive side, and not to the guys that
Yeah.
did that thing, went to the war. Really, we had so much propaganda.
Yeah.
You were fighting for your country, and my father was fought for his country against Hitler. I'm extremely proud of what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, my grandfather was in the Italian army, so he was fighting the wrong
going
side.
backwards, shooting the cheat. Huh?
My two grandfathers were fighting against each other. I don't know what
Oh,
they did.
really? True story.
I think so.
Goodness.
Well, I think my Italian grandfather was actually out of the army by the time the war came, so he was in the early 30s.
Okay.
But,
But where am I going with this?
Yeah,
But
you're-
I had a great time in the Navy. And soon after the Navy, I thought I came farming. And my father insisted I came farming. I was having a time of my life in Cape Town. You can
Yes.
imagine, huh?
Yes,
A little sports car.
Oh my God!
You know,
Yes, you
Clifton.
actually mentioned that sports because is that the little MG
That's a little
Spitfire?
Triumph Spitfire.
Spitfire.
It's I pulled it out the garage the other day.
Yeah.
It's
You
like
still got
a
it?
bucket list thing, and I thought, you know what? Married 40 years.
Gotta
It's
fix
my
it.
little anniversary present. I pulled it out the garage,
Yeah.
and we're going to renovate it.
Yeah,
But I
that'd
love
be
classic
so cool.
cars. I won't go there. But
Beautiful.
Yeah,
I mean, I love cars as well.
yeah. But anyway, this has always been a bucket list thing.
Have
It's
you got
not
any
worth
others?
a lot of money, but I'm going to do it. It's something I've always wanted to do, and
Have you got any other cars that in vintage
Yeah,
cars?
yeah.
What you got? Come on. I want to hear because I love the cars. I mean,
And I hope he's watching, but he doesn't do Facebook, and he says I'm too long with my stories, you know. But anyway, Stuart,
Stuart.
it's because of him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Stuart
There was
Davidson.
a wonderful organization, Jessica Price and her husband Michael. They started a thing called Green Purpose, and they were going to clean up Port Elizabeth.
Okay.
Okay, I must tell you about a story about toilets. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, clean up Port Elizabeth, and he donated a car, and I thought this was wonderful, and I thought, you know, I've got some friends I drink with, and they're quite well off, and I thought maybe they moan like hell about PE. Like most of us do after a couple of drinks.
Yes.
Invariably, we live in this pothole-ridden,
Yes.
polluted place,
Sad
and the
life.
more we drink, the worse it gets. Okay?
Yes.
And I'm trying to be optimistic that things can change and what have you. And
Yes.
I said, come on, guys. So I put it on the group, and nobody replies, but Stuart replies.
Yeah.
My best friend.
It's Stuart Davidson. It's
Stuart Graham.
Stuart Graham.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Anyway, by the way, we did woodwork matric together, and I've got some successful woodworkers. It's obviously in my genes because my great grandfather was a wheelwright, and he made ox wagons. And anyway, I'm digressing now. Where was I?
Yes.
I was going to tell you about Stuart. So we
Yes,
go
yes.
to this. I get invited to this fundraising thing for Green Purpose.
Yeah.
Okay, there's this beautiful mint green Mercedes there, which I love. I mean, I love old cars. 1971, polished, beautiful thing, and the proceeds are going to Green Purpose to improve this little city of ours, which was once beautiful and something
Yes.
close to my heart, and
Yes.
we make a difference. It's all about,
make a plan.
for me, it's about making a difference. And I checked this thing out, and I thought, let me phone my mates. I put on the group, no reply. They all got fancy cars, and this is now pretty much a whacked old 19th.
Yeah.
Running condition, I must tell you.
okay.
It's going.
That's
It's not-
beautiful.
And none other than my friend Stuart Graham answers. And he likes his wine, him and Margie, they're very social people, and I don't know, but he was quite vocal about this thing, and we start bidding.
Okay.
So I've got him on video phone, and we start bidding. But eventually his enthusiasm wanes, and I think, you know what, the Mercedes Golf Day is the next day, and if you want to win it and you want to go to Germany, you have to own a Mercedes.
Okay.
So it's just in his, no, I won't say inebriated, but he was even in a good mood. Alcohol does good things to people, and sometimes some people become violent. He becomes nice.
He spends money.
He spends money.
Good on you, Stuart.
We end up halfway. He starts getting a little bit sensible, and I join him in. And I said, we're going to buy the half shares.
Oh,
we
wow.
buy the car, knock down to us, and now he can win the Mercedes Day. But he's got a feisty little wife, Margie, and, mine probably equally so. And I went back to my table, and she said, you swear you bought the car? You're so excited. But I lied. I said, I've got driving rights. You know what I mean? But anyway, Margie cottoned onto this, and I think the next day, Stuart, he said the car's for sale as of now. But my good friend, it ended well, because a good friend of mine, we swapped some Oregon pine for a half share in my little game lodge in lieu, and I sold half share of Stuart's share to my friend Grant Hardman, and I've got a beautiful game lodge that would never have been as beautiful without his input of the beautiful Oregon beams. So it all worked out lekker. So I'm still the owner of this.
And the Mercedes.
Mercedes. I've got a fancier one.
But now the Mercedes is worth a lot of money now.
They tease me about it. It still hasn't grown much, but nor my Triumph. But anyway,
have you spoken
the
to
SL
the guys?
one day, the wealthiest car, the richest car in the world. No man, the most valuable car.
Richest car.
It must be the brandy. Okay, for
Another
one.
With some more.
It's a SL.
Thanks, Casey, for this.
1955 300 SL worth 135 million euros. So maybe my car collection one day will be worth more than my farm. I'm hoping these things.
I think you must check up on that Mercedes, because hell, man.
You heard me on that.
Put in we have in this. He showed me this ginger ale mixture here.
It's a farmer's drink.
It's a farmer's drink.
Farmers, not really brandy and coke. That's a brewer drink. Farmers drink. English farmers drink brandy and ginger ale at the tennis club.
So this is like it's like a bit of a settler's drink.
Cheers to you.
Excellent, cheers to you.
Nice to be here.
So, because I know a couple of guys that are part of the Mercedes Club thing, and those Mercedes are starting to go for big numbers. I mean, so maybe let's have another check at the price list.
No, I don't have any illusions.
Okay.
It's circumstantial.
It was Jan Ensslin that we had on the other day.
No, he's got a beautiful collection.
He's got I've still got to go and visit that thing. In fact, Jan Ensslin, if you want to buy a Mercedes, it sounds
it's not enough for sale.
It's not
My wife wants me to sell them all.
Really? There you go. But the Triumph Spitfire is very nice. It's a beautiful.
My first car. I mean, I used to cruise around Cape to
Clifton,
and music.
Cruising around like George Michael.
Yeah, I thought it was a Ferrari, but anyway, it's a lovely little motor car.
Beautiful. It's pretty.
But, when you get to my age, it's about bucket lists, and you got to tick these things off, because you don't know how many days you've got left.
Any other things you want to do on your bucket list?
Well, I climbed the Coxcomb Mountain.
Hey.
I did that with my son. That was quite special.
Coxcomb is just, you can see the Coxcomb from St. Francis. You can see across there.
Yeah, and what was the other thing?
Is it
the
high?
pavillons. I've still got to get to the. Can't believe it. It's just I've seen it. I've been over the
yeah.
mount to the Coxcomb with my neighbour Pindi,
Okay.
to his farm there. He owned a farm there. It's beautiful,
Okay.
and it's something that we actually in the Eastern Cape. I'm hoping some government officials are listening, or Cape Parks Board or whatever.
Yeah.
Conservation and developing the Eastern Cape is something obviously close to my heart because I mentioned we've got to diversify, okay?
Yeah.
And as farmers, our farming is not sustainable. Okay, I belong to an organization called Eden to Addo.
Yeah.
It's a dream, but it's a vision, and they're proactive people. Rion Burning, her mother, they're on to join Addo to the Bobbians.
Okay.
It's not that big a deal if you're talking euros or dollars. Okay, they're about. It would cost you R500 million, I reckon, that the job will get done. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
And a corridor that the elephants can migrate like they used to. And the farmers within that corridor can make money out of ecotourism.
Yes.
And adjacent to the corridor, just like my lovely sisters in the Sundays River Valley piggyback on Addo.
Yes.
And they've got beautiful guest houses, Avoca River cabins, Happy Lands.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. And
Are your sisters?
Yeah,
Okay,
my
that's-
sisters.
okay.
And we don't benefit from Addo. And the Darlington Dam could be like a Serengeti.
Yeah.
It's a massive lake, and the animals that you graze on the banks of that lake as the water recedes would be amazing. And Addo Park just seems to, I don't know, Sandparks, I hope you're listening, but Hapur is like Cape Town's traffic. Yeah, you come there's 100 elephants and 200 cars.
Yeah.
And why aren't we expanding it towards Darlington Dam, put more infrastructure, fix the roads in Bobbians?
Yeah.
That is probably our biggest tourist attraction in the Cape Province.
Beautiful,
You know,
eh?
Table Mountain, for God's sake, Coxcomb Mountains, 1,780 meters. It dwarfs Table Mountain.
Really, eh?
Okay.
Okay.
Table Mountain's 1,000 meters.
Yeah.
We've got all this on our doorstep here. There are people that are marketing it, but really, we just need to. There's so much unemployment.
Yeah.
And
it can
create jobs, hospitality industry, tourism. Look at Cape Town. Everybody's going to Cape Town. Prices have gone through the roof.
The wine,
And the jobs are there, and we could be doing the same thing. Look, there is good being done. We have our game parks, and the people are marketing well, but there's so much more we can do.
Yeah. I mean, Cape Town's got the winelands. I mean, how difficult is it to have a wine tasting wherever you're going to go? Whatever. If you want to make a wine route, we can make a wine route here. We don't have to have the vines. So, we can make a plan. Or, it's just, I've been saying, and I want to get Paul Stevens on. I've actually been trying to get hold of him. If somebody can tag Paul Stevens. He's the Just Property guy. And he wrote a great article about PE being the new semigration center, from Joburg side and from Cape Town, which is getting too busy. And people coming on. PE can be that next place.
Well,
We've
we
got the
need to
infrastructure.
get things right here. I mean, people like to live in a clean city, number one, a crime-free city. Cape Town, if you go on my Facebook page, you'll see it was a bit dangerous, but I did it. I was going for a little ride on, so I woke up, I couldn't sleep, it was so bloody hot. Anyway, I went for a little cycle, and I ended up riding from Greenpoint to Buckhaven on a little rental bike, which I only discovered that there were gears on this thing halfway back when I said I couldn't make it up the Camps Bay Hill. And my son we were taking my little grandson, the little blue-eyed boy that you saw there.
Yes,
with
beautiful,
my son,
yes.
to school. And I swapped bikes, and then eventually we changed again. He said, no, I'll be better off with the road bike, the rental bike. I said, Ross, the thing's got no gears. the gears were on the handlebar. I drove in this donkey gear, whatever gear it was. I couldn't pick up the same speed. Anyway, yeah, it was quite funny. But what I'm alluding to is all along that route,
Yeah.
every 50 meters, or no, maybe this phone is misbehaving.
Your watch is
watch,
talking to you.
it's
Impressive. It's impressive.
I switched my, you know what it says? I'm obviously talking too loud because it's a loud environment. It warns me. Clever. But every 100 meters or so on the Sea Point Promenade, the security guards, armed, handguns, holstered,
Yeah. Okay.
visible.
Gee whiz.
I felt so safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unbelievable. There were people there was actually in the 90s, there were young people, beautiful women and
Walking
men.
on the beachfront. So,
It was such and I mean, how beautiful was that?
Yeah.
I took some photos. It was spectacular. And we've got the most beautiful beachfront.
We have.
It's not so safe.
Yeah, no.
But you know what? We can swim in our water. It's
Yeah.
so bloody warm compared
Yes.
to Cape Town. Our sharks are tame here. They don't chow you.
They
It's a
look
place.
after you.
Yeah. And our restaurants are cheap. But
It's true.
good.
It's cheap to live here, and it doesn't not going to take a lot of money to sort out the beachfront security. It's not going to take a lot of money to clean up the roads here, the streets and the roads.
It can be done.
It can be
done. Look, it's and it doesn't matter who does it as long as it's done. I'm not going to punt one political party or the other. For God's sake, for the betterment of South Africa, do it for your country and your city, man. Let's
Your
do it.
people.
Let's spend money wisely, prioritize things.
Yeah.
You know, like in a drought, I keep my sheep alive.
Yeah.
And then my wife's wool with shoes. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes,
So it
yes,
goes on.
exactly.
So the same thing, we don't need these rock concerts at stadiums costing.
Yeah.
Talking about toilets. Oh
Yeah.
God, Gino.
Yeah.
I wasn't actually going to tell you the story.
Philippa was just saying the other day we went down to the beachfront, all the toilets are locked.
Okay.
What?
No, I have to. I wasn't going to say the story, but
Yes, tell me the
I'm
story.
going to tell you. It's nice to see these portable toilets down the beachfront. Okay, all the way to Humid Golf Course, where I play a lot of golf with my mates, and one of the reasons I don't leave PE because I've got my friends. And I probably can't afford a nice house in Cape Town unless I had to sell my farm. So I've got a beautiful home here.
Yeah.
So be grateful for what you got.
Yes.
Okay. And at my age, not easy. I'll probably make new mates. But
Your friends, no, your friends
you
for
can't
life.
take them with you. Okay.
No, can't.
So I'm here now. And why do we just have these toilets over the season? Why? They can create jobs, build a nice ablution facility like they do in Summerstrand, give somebody a job, take ownership of that toilet, and keep it up to first world standards. That our tourists can walk down there, and use a toilet if they need be. The security guards are there, not walking like I see them 6 walking together, having a little indaba.
Yeah.
Spread yourselves out.
Yeah.
Like they do in the Sea Point Promenade and Clifton and Bantry Bay. But anyway, enough of that now. Maybe I should have got into politics, but they're going to dig up. They're going to dig up.
There's a comment over there that says you need to go into politics. Patrick
No.
Viv Jacobs. She's part of our
But you know
tennis
what?
club.
They'll dig up so much dirt on me, Viv. I'm really going to embarrass my family now. You'll see what I'm talking about. So a little while back, being married 40 years, my wife, shame, she can't walk so far anymore, but she's got a little illness and hopefully she gets better. But let me read.
Yeah, for sure. I see.
So I suggest a walk on Sardinia Bay Beach.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, nice. Yes. Tell me.
She's hardly. I think she's ever been. Okay. It's probably the most beautiful beach in the Cape. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I entice her, and it's a beautiful Sunday afternoon, and off we go.
Entice her, I like that.
And I think it'll be great. So off she goes, and we go, and we're going along nicely. It's a beautiful day, and we're walking along the water's edge here, and it's just so nice to be out there. And I'm about 2 k's out, and my stomach starts rumbling. And I need the toilet, okay?
Oh dear.
And I think, but at my age now, sometimes you need to be close.
Yeah.
To a toilet. And I thought, well, okay, up the sand dune into the bush up there, or I don't want to do it, but maybe I must have a swim or something. Okay, but the bloody water's cold, and I think no, I can't do this here. And my wife's. She's very embarrassed, probably embarrassed by that I'm telling the story. But anyway, maybe some good will come of it. So we decide, no, we can't do these things. There are too many people around. I must head back to the car. So we make a U-turn. We go back, go up that big dune. By the time I get to that dune, I need to sit down. I'm in absolute agony, okay? It took all my bloody... willpower to keep things intact, okay?
Oh, God.
So I sat down and I thought of actually digging a little hole in the sand and just dropping my rods and doing it right there. Okay? But anyway, there's
people
dogs.
around.
No,
Yes.
Christ, it's busy. Sunday afternoon, there's dogs, there's horses, there's people. It's busy. And I sat there for a while and I thought, okay, I'm going to make a dash for the car.
Okay.
So I gave her the car keys. We get to the car. But I'm not actually a dash. It was a slow, painful walk.
Yes.
I get to the car. You know when your bum knows it's reached destination? The car was the safe place.
Okay.
Well, I thought, okay, she's driving. I'm going to go to Grass Roof and nice little coffee shop, and I'll use the bathroom there. There wasn't time. I ran around the front of the car. Fortunately, I was parked up against the feinbos, held onto the bonnet of our Mercedes, and it was all done. And fortunately, I looked around. There were people coming over the dune, horses and dogs, and I thought, oh, you know what? I don't care. And there was nobody in the cars next door. But I didn't have time to even check it out. And but my wife had wet wipes because the grandkids had been to visit, so cleaned up nicely, all done, and we reverse out, and there's some bugger waiting for the parking. Anyway, guys, we need toilets at Sardinia Bay. We need toilets at down our beachfront because these things do happen.
Absolutely.
And it irritates a hell out of my mates like Alan Orchard living on the beachfront. He moans every new year, every season, he moans like a stuffed pig. We need more toilets. We're going to create jobs and keep our beachfront clean. Please, let's do this.
Yes,
it's not a big thing. Let's do it. And do it for me too, please. One at Sardinia Bay.
It would be lovely. Even down King's Beaches, the toilets are locked up there. I just see a couple more. Peter Sale. So Peter Sale. So a great interview, my tennis and breakfast buddy. Is that Peter?
Oh, Pete, yes, my buddy.
Where do you know Peter from?
We play tennis at Victoria Park Oval.
Okay.
And I've got some wonderful friends. I don't know how many of them are listening, but yeah.
Oh man, it's and old friends. You
know, we go back a long way. We play a lot of vets tennis tournaments. I'm more involved with padel lately, but already this body's growing. I need to get back to more tennis.
You got the Johan Creek.
I keep promising him.
You got the Johan Creek build as opposed to the Kevin Curran build at the moment. But you played both of those acts.
I did. Kevin Curran gave me. I was actually seated above him. I thought I was quite good, and he gave me, I think, 6-2, 6-love. Okay? But at least I thought I was better than him.
There's what I thought. It's just the thought that counts.
Old Doc Bromley or Miss Armstrong, bless their souls, they ran EP tennis, and it's in George's Park, which. So I would like to see that facility.
Wow.
Charmaine Williams, I hope you're listening.
Yeah.
Spend some money and fix our facilities. This is our tournament venue for EP tennis.
The PE
it needs
club.
to be the LP St. George's.
St. George's Club.
A couple of diehards that are really keeping it going. Keith Murcott and guys like that are trying to make, I shouldn't even say this, but they've got pickleball, opposition sport.
Already.
And I hope that might rejuvenate the club.
Yes.
But please, Charmaine Williams, see something in your budget. Let's get this facility. It's for our junior tennis, our vets tournaments. We need this.
Well, they are cleaning. I know they're cleaning.
No, they are. There's a big cleanup.
Park,
There's been a big cleanup, but the 12. You need 16 courts there, and a city like us, we should have a proper tournament facility.
Yeah.
But
Davis Stadium.
I don't even go there.
David Stadium is
They
gone.
didn't go there. That was our mini Wimbledon. I used to play there.
Yeah.
It's so sad. We
Davis-
lost that facility and we got
Yeah.
Young Park. I was involved with development on EP tennis,
Okay.
and it was a wonderful experience
Yeah.
to try and grow the sport
Yeah.
with the more previously disadvantaged people.
Yeah.
Kelvindale, fantastic.
Yeah.
Those guys play every day. It was a wonderful spend. We fixed up 4 courts there. We put lights up there. Some of the others got a bit vandalized.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, it was nice to put money back into the sport
Yeah.
through the lotto.
Okay,
And we helped a lot of clubs together with Mark Bladen. And I think
The Bladens, pre-Bladen. Lorraine Meyer says totally agree with cleaning the city, and Linda van der Westhuizen, I see there from Queenstown. Lovely to see you, Linda. She's my favourite up there. We just had a couple of birthdays and things up there for them. Whenever I go to Queenstown, we go visit Linda and George there.
Okay.
They've got the civil and general up there, and they do the road building and stuff.
Okay.
Great people. Good people, those Queenstown people. And but I see Philip Lopesha as well. They're saying, how's it? That's and I see, how's it, Philip, all the way from America?
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
and I see Vanessa there saying that your wife has a lovely name.
Oh, I haven't been looking at this. Okay.
Well, it's clearly her name as well, you know. Vanessa. It's how you say it. Mark Baggs, a comedian from Mark in Darling. He's still in Darling. Has he ever encountered with a Cape Cobra? He's talking cuck there.
Okay.
Well, you don't know. I suppose lots of snakes on the farm.
Yeah.
And
But anyway, Gino, I just hope. I didn't want to go on this show.
I know he's shy.
Phone
He's
you,
shy.
my family. No, I'm not shy. My family is shy. My
Yeah.
wife, and she doesn't. She doesn't like to put herself out there. And I respect that. She's a private person, but I felt if some good can come of this, that we can all make a difference in society, in our city. In our beautiful country. And, please, I'm no big philanthropist. I told you I'm just a little sheep and goat farmer and what have you. But all in our own little way, if we all can make a difference. I mean, I've got a farm school on my farm, and I've had the privilege of being able to upgrade it. It was 85 kids, 7 grades, 2 teachers. It was horrific. I don't know how they did education, properly. And Bev Brennan came on board from CFR Freight, a logistics company, and 30K they gave me, and then I could fix up a classroom, an old 100-year-old building, which I did.
Wow.
I don't know if you got the pic there. It's quite proud of what we did there with 30,000 Rand. I got some windows from my nephew on his holiday home, which he demolished and rebuilt. And Stephen. And we fixed that up. And then they liked what I did. They gave me another 30K. I said, well, let's do a solar pump. And I want to put ablution facilities, flush toilets, which is a big thing now, political thing, We were still the old long drop.
I don't want those.
So anyway, we did this. And we got it, and then they liked what they saw, and they wanted to add another classroom. And they gave me a lot of money, which I could, with the money they gave, instead of one classroom, I bought a rental unit, and I've got 2 classrooms, a storage facility, an ablution block, repainted the school, LED TV, Wi-Fi.
That is so cool.
I can go and hang on, we've got Astro. We got from Kingswood School, my friend Kerry Hobson, a fellow farmer of mine. He's the bursar there, and he kindly, I don't know how it came I heard about it, that they had Astro. And Kleinvoort Farm School will have Astro.
Excellent, man.
And I don't know if you've seen it there, Philippa, on the screen.
It's on, if you look up Patrick's name, it should be on his story.
I did show Gino, but I think next time, Philippa,
you
I'm
can
going
send
to
them
show
from the phone there.
But anyway, there's going to be Astro. I've got the glue; it's paid for, and I'm just waiting for Concord apparently is going to assist me to level it perfectly.
Lovely.
We're going to put it down, and there's a little senior rugby team.
Oh, yes.
By the way, I should get my Springbok colours.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, if the Watsons can get it,
Yeah, you
I
should get it as well.
because I played
Yeah.
multiracial rugby in 1977.
Is it?
The Mighty Greens from Kleinpoort.
Yeah.
The
Mighty Greens.
Yeah, we were green. Eh?
Well, I saw
we weren't white or black, we were green, okay?
Oh, my word.
And that was our name, and I used to load the team on my truck, and we used to go and play in the different townships of Janssenville and Stapleton and Kirkwood. But I stopped. They late tackled me, and the ref was drunk, and I was playing fly-off, and and that was the end of my rugby career.
Finished.
Gravel burns, not grass burns.
That's hectic. But you need the guys to flatten out the area, and then you can put the. I saw you showed me a video of them training, but I can't seem to put it up on the WhatsApp. You'd have to resend it there on the WhatsApp.
Anyway,
but it's
they
they
were
take it
training last
seriously.
week, and they're passionate about their rugby.
It looked like a Kamp Staaldraad there. They were doing.
No, the boys are. They don't play soccer at Kleinpoort.
Yeah. Okay.
They love rugby.
Rugby,
Passionate Western Province supporters.
Yeah.
And they love rugby. Yeah.
Okay, well let's go back a bit in your history now. Where were you born? Where did you? So you grew up on the farm.
I grew up on the farm. I spent the first.
Uitenhage, basically.
With my father, 1977 to about 95 on the farm.
Okay.
10 years of which was with Vanessa.
Yeah. Okay.
And we made good money.
Yeah.
Farming
was going all right.
Yeah, no, it was cooking. We bought, 300 goats, bought a citrus farm in the valley worth 330 million today. 300 Angora goats.
Wow.
No shit.
Really?
75K bought a citrus farm in 1979. The other one, my other sister, for 40,000 Rand, we bought the other citrus farm.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of them.
Yeah, they've done well.
Today, those farms are worth a lot of money, and they've got successful B&B establishments, resorts.
Lovely.
Adrenaline Addo, leaders in life.
Hey,
wow,
that's good.
I'm
That's
so
good.
proud of my family.
Yeah. Is it nice to have, good family is important, eh? It is. And your
Everything.
sisters, you're close to your sisters as well. Have some good laughs.
Flat
and-
out.
I met your sister this morning. We had a little cup of coffee, and it was great to meet your sister as well. She seems like she's got a little firecracker.
No, she is. They're lovely people. Yeah.
And then school wise?
School, I started academically. I came from my little farm school. Wolverfontein was my alma mater. Wolverfontein.
Wolverfontein. So
And
not Wolverfontein.
Phyllis Bonsweb was my teacher, a wonderful teacher.
Yeah.
And I came to Grey, very homesick. Came first in
Border.
my class. I got the certificate.
Oh, is it? Is it?
First.
First, eh?
Academic prize, standard 4.
Proper.
I wrote for a Rhodes Scholarship, standard 5.
Yeah.
And then they mixed maths with the alphabet.
Oh.
And then I lost my
There
way.
was a bit of
And then,
algebra is not like
then I became a woodworker.
Yeah. Okay. Houtwerk.
And
Hy's goed vir houtwerk, hoor jy.
10D boys, we matriculated, and I must say I'm very proud of some of my fellow classmates.
It was a grade?
Great boys. Woodwork matric, and some of them builders, vegetable farmers,
Okay.
safari operators, massive, Scotia,
Wow.
Rocky LaRue, good mates of
Is it,
mine.
eh? Who was in matric?
Stuart Graham, finishing fabrics.
Is it?
Just
of
Wayne
course,
Smart,
of course it's
top
finishing
builder. I can probably think of more. There was.
If you say Stuart Graham, now of course I remember his furniture, the furniture story.
Guy, proper businessman. These actors
Yeah.
did well, eh? And I think they can be very proud of what they've achieved. And that was a woodwork matric, eh?
Was your woodwork teacher just as bedonned as our woodwork teachers?
No, we used to boss him around. The guy
is it right?
Old Screwball Anderson. I'm making a laugh.
Screwball Anderson. It's a good
I'm not sure
schoolboy
if
name.
he's alive, but we were quite a legendary class. But we're having our 50th reunion. I really look forward to catching up with the mates. Now, in 2 months' time, I think.
Screwball Anderson.
I love woodwork, by the way. Yeah.
That's good.
But,
Hey, listen, there's
but
one.
I probably could have done better. But I don't know. Boarding school is not conducive to academics. Seven. Stan Atkins
Yeah.
was our principal, and I like stats.
Yeah.
And the two houses, Wayne and Meredith, came stone last for the 10 years he was headmaster there. So that tells you everything. So maybe I could have done something more than just being a sheep farmer or goat farmer. But you know what? It's been a good ride.
I'll tell you, and it's a very diverse thing. Grant Button, how's it, Grant? Great stories, Patrick. You need to show me your woodwork skills one day.
Grant, I might be looking for a job one of these days. He did a great job on my game lodge, and
Okay. I see he writes. He's got this picture of his car, his Land Rover there. I see.
Yes, that's going to feature when I've currently got a long-term lease on my lodge, but when it's going out to the public, and maybe I'll make it available to Elson.
Oh, lovely!
As a prize,
yes. As a prize for the golf day.
I always like supporting you guys, but I didn't want to do it this year because I've rented it out, and I don't want to embarrass you guys.
No.
In fact, Gino, you were naughty, that we outbid Kariga by how much? 3,000 rand.
Probably.
Full board and lodging. Mine was self-catering. Yes. I felt so bad, Mark Rogers. Don't worry, your kudu
Someone tag Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
He bought it.
True story.
No, we
but
push
Mike
him up.
Fuller, I apologize, because your place is beautiful and
Yes,
mine is
correct.
not as nice.
And I know that Finley or Murray is always there. I see Ian Lee as well. Remember to keep it clean, Pat.
I think I've done a good job. I was scared, Ian.
No, he's done well. So far, so good, Ian. Ian's an absolute legend. As well in PE. And he doesn't want to come on the show. No, he's too shy. I know. I'd love to have him on the show.
He keeps me in pulls,
I'm sure.
Brilliant. Those anti-inflammatory ones, to keep my golf swing going.
Excellent. I see there Eric Fisher saying brilliant episode. Excellent. Thank you, Eric. Lekker.
Eric, you're one of our greatest supporters at Africa Padel, Dave Mason, and so many Simone. I can go on. They're all of you wonderful, lovely meeting all of you, and thank you for making Africa Padel Old Grey a success.
A good team. You've got a good team there. Yeah. Oh, excellent, man. And and I see Elmarie Sampson there as well. She's a weather guru's wife. Sampson is our weather guru. He tells us when the rain. God Sampson. He's coming out with.
Well, I wish he told my staff that it wasn't just a passing thunderstorm, and I could have had a lot more goats today. You know what I mean? I know. Not a cold front.
Was that a big issue? Hey, listen. So there's a story because now. So obviously after school we're gonna put up some more brandy. Keith Clark, we're gonna need some more brandy here. We're running out here with Patrick here.
We're going to do the bottle here.
We haven't got ice. We're going to have to get some ice.
How long we still got here, Gino?
No, there's no rules here. There's no rules.
Oh, no rules.
Yeah,
so we run out of stories. Yeah, Gino, I could be a long time.
No, it's fun. I need to hear the story about when you're in the Navy and you had a car crash. But there's a story, and it's I thought this was.
Fortunately, it wasn't in my Spitfire. I was getting a lift with a mate, and we were going to pick up another friend. We stayed in sounds posh, but it was like a pensioners hotel in Sea Point. We were like 8 Navy guys, formed half of the Hamiltons under 20 rugby team.
Oh right, the Hammies. Yeah, okay.
It's all touch rugby. I was flat belly.
Yeah, of course, fit there.
Yeah, no, proper. And we're going to go fetch my mate. Shame he's deceased now, Jeremy Pinn. And
yes.
Played Western Province wing. God, he was the fastest guy on sand you can ever imagine. I don't even was scared, but my God, he was fast. Okay, he was properly fast. Anyway, we're going to go and pick him up. And my friend, old Duppy, he jumped the bloody stop street. And
Okay.
my staple diet was Millie's burgers.
Yeah.
And I'd start the day off with like a half liter of strawberry yogurt.
Strawberry yogurt, the big
Yeah,
one, the
yeah.
big strawberry yogurt. Yeah.
Oh, Hayden reminded me, one
Okay.
of my Navy buddies, about it. Anyway, I just opened the carton and I was taking a nice pull of the strawberry yogurt and I got T-boned on my left side. That's probably why my shoulder, I had to have an op last year. It was bloody
wow.
sore.
So car hit you from the
It
side.
hit me from the side. It was glass and it shattered.
Jeez, like,
and
okay.
yogurt over my white navy whites and my whole head. And, in shock, obviously.
Yeah.
And I had a look at myself in the mirror and a glass and strawberries. And I thought, God, this is what my brain looks like, okay? And I already, but meantime, it was a minor cut. And I got out of the car, you can imagine, a half a liter of strawberry yogurt all over my navy whites, all over my head with glass. I looked like something out of a horror movie. And when I got out the car, a shame, this woman, I don't know, and to this day, I can't remember who she was, but she was all beautifully attired, those Sea Point chickies, moya. And I can still see it, high heel shoes, stiletto shoes.
She just took one look at you.
She took a look and she screamed, okay? Because it was something out of a horror movie. I mean, and she thought she'd done me in, okay? That I was like about to swallow the hook and die, okay? And she weed, she urinated.
Oh, my word, she was
mess, I could still see it to this day.
my God.
But fortunately, I
You were fine.
I took the day off the Navy and I recuperated on Clifton Beach and it was all good.
And so you thought this was brains coming out your head, but it was actually... That is hilarious.
Yeah. True story.
Oh my God! So you take a look and you got flipping strawberry yogurt instead of it looks like brains. Okay, so after school, you say you went to PFs then, literally. Were you not?
Yeah.
What were you doing with the farm? Was your dad still running the
it
farm?
wasn't a very interesting job. I played tennis and squash for the Defence Force and the Navy. I won't go into that. It's not all about me, but I did quite well. Anyway, they used to fly me around the country. It was quite lekker. Yeah. And the rest of the time...
Well, you played your own crick.
God, that's another toilet joke. But yeah, true story. I did play.
He was a player. He won the Australian Open twice. We saw the cup the other day. It went past with
anyway, I peaked my tennis career. I peaked a bit early. I won the Great Junior Championship, beating my idol, Brian McDonald, who to this day is a good friend who I really believe could have gone places in tennis. He was physically tall and strong, and not like me. I was a little oaky. Anyway, long and short of it is, he didn't play with me. If we had, I think we could have won the Appletiser, but he was stronger than both Del and I who played.
Yes.
And we went to Appletiser, and Stellenbosch is hot in January.
Yeah.
It's like late 40s, okay? And Appletiser sponsored this thing. Now you're out of your border. You have 2 days on a train coming to playing this tournament. We won the regional final.
Yeah.
And you've got a cool box full of those little Appletizers, as much as you want, okay?
free Appletizers.
Yeah. Every change of deal with water or anything, I used to flatten one of those things, okay? Dehydrated.
Those little bottles.
On day 1, day 2 was fine, but day 3 is a problem here.
Not great.
My guts was starting to play up, okay?
Yeah.
I had gastro, serious gastro. I mean, and I had Crickman. He beat me final set, and I'm convinced that I had to go to the toilet about 4 times in the last set, and I had to play a couple of points holding on tight, like Sardinia Bay, all over again.
Oh my word!
But he beat me, fair and square. But it's still one of my.
You could have done it.
I could have said,
That could have been. You could have won the Australian Open.
No.
There's Alec Riddle. How's it, Alec? Nice to see you on as well, man. He's been on the show before as well. Lots of good times on the golf course, eh?
Yeah, no, we've had some golf tours and played. Alec,
Alec played a bit of golf as well. I didn't know that.
a better athlete than a golfer. Though.
Yeah, Alec, yeah. No, look, he's a runner. Eh? He's
Great
a proper
runner, great runner, yeah.
Yeah. And also his son, Jamie, now is doing incredible things. I'm watching that stuff, Alec. What an incredible thing, man! It's fantastic. I see Elmarie saying that yoga is good for your skin.
A bit late now, Elmarie. I told Gino just not to zoom in on me too much. It's years in the Karoo sun. Golf course, we didn't, it was not cool to be tanned. And I tell my son.
In the
sunblock
70s?
on. Yeah, no. I used to put baby oil on just use like...
that's it.
And I used to farm with no shirt on.
Really?
So I could, that's stupid, eh?
Yeah.
But now this is why I look like that, eh?
It's old age catches everybody in the end,
I've got good genes, eh? My mother, that Venezuelan olive skin,
Good olive skin.
I think it'd be a lot worse if it wasn't for her. Eh?
I think so. Okay, so then after your Navy stories, your Navy after Navy, where did you? Yeah, you had your first wife. It was just short married, but you say you were good friends.
Well, I didn't get married. Fortunately, straight away. I had a bit of fun for a couple of years. And I was full of luck. I was going to change the world. I still feel like that. We must never stop dreaming and doing things in life, no matter how old you are.
I believe you did it. You were selling stuff from the farm as well.
There's a lot of cactus on my farm, prickly pears. Eh?
Yeah, Turks fine.
And a lot of, I had, for my sins, it might come back to bite me. I've got the soft spot for the people that claim for it. Okay?
Yeah, yes.
And a lot of them were pensioners and not really able to hold down proper jobs. But anyway, they could cook Turks face syrup.
Yeah, okay.
Prickly pear syrup.
Yeah.
And my father encouraged me, and he was a hell of an entrepreneur, my dad. He tried cheese making. He was probably the pioneer with aloe juice. We did so many things, and our family, we like this. Okay. Anyway, I employed 12 people, and we cooked a lot of prickly pear. It's a slow process. 200 liters makes 20 liters of Turks face syrup.
Wow. Okay.
So I put it in Sterinappy containers, probably first mistake, in a Karoo. And then I bottled it in plastic containers, squeegee, because that's what I thought.
Like a
plan.
plan.
Called it tequila treacle. That was my marketing skill. And I wanted to get back to Cape Town. There was some lovely woman I needed to catch up on and whatever, and visit and have a jaw with my mates, my Hemmy's mates.
Okay.
And I headed off with 1 ton of... 1 ton bakkie of prickly pear syrup. And I sold it. I can sell it. I sold to every farm stall. And I started in Sea Point, and I worked my way down every delicatessen, which there were a lot there. There were a lot of Jewish delicatessens there, kosher ones, which were amazing. Millie's burgers come to mind. Okay. And I had prickly pears, fish ones. I was marketing, and I was selling it. Case lots. Sold a whole lot.
Yes, a ton of prickly pears.
And I'll digress a bit. I also took kudu horns. I made lamps. I wanted to create jobs and all. But one of my staff members, electricity wasn't a big sort of skill. He hotwired these things. They all exploded. But anyway, and not only the bloody the lamps I made, which didn't go successfully. I walked into my first curio shop in my what was it? In a white suit, not Richard Gere, Michael Jackson.
Suit.
Pinstripe white suit. Because you did business in suits.
No safari suit, safari park.
Lebanese or Greek woman. She chased me out of the shop. But I threatened to shove the horn up her ass because she was so rude. And the American tourists there, they actually walked out of the shop because she was so rude to me. But it destroyed me. I didn't sell one lamp after that. But I sold the entire load of prickly pear syrup.
Yeah. Okay.
A successful marketing trip.
Absolutely.
I had a jaw with my mates and whatever.
Spending all the money.
And I got home and was in full production. Okay.
Yes, sir,
Yes, and then I got this. I even went to Pick and Pay. I went to Stellenbosch University because I thought maybe there's some health benefit. You know?
Yeah.
I want to come in with this angle that it's going to.
So you took it to Stellenbosch, like labs?
Yeah, the lab to have
Yes.
it assessed. You know.
Okay.
My first disappointment. It was full of bacteria,
Oh, the labs.
carbon, sugar. There was zero health benefit. Okay.
Okay.
And so I accept. I thought
Okay.
people don't need to know that. It's
It's
fine.
called tequila
It
treacle.
still tastes lekker. It
Yeah.
took face syrup, prickly pear syrup on your ice cream or your. It's lekker.
Nice.
And then I got another letter. This guy was good with the pen.
Yeah.
Peregrine Farnstor. I didn't shame. I should have gone back to him and explained to him that I don't know what the repercussions would be. But he told me he went into his shop and the bottles kept falling over. You know, and then one day he got there and it was like a heat wave that goes to Cape Town. And these things exploded. Okay, all over his dried fruit and his proteas, and it was big trouble. And I just thought, you know what? That's the end of my tequila industry. Turks Vrystrup. It's the end because these bottles were exploding throughout the whole of the Western Cape, from bloody Oudtshoorn to Cape Town. Okay, through the whole peninsula. So that was that.
It must be like sticky walls from Cape Town through to.
I blame my mother. She should have told me you don't put Turks Vrystrup in a plastic.
Plastic, but it's a good idea, you know.
Anyway.
Squirt it on.
I've
Perfect.
Yeah. I've had a few failed adventures.
Nothing gained.
Yeah. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
I mean, I've had some successful things. I probably regrets, not many. I probably regret selling my citrus farm because my friend Stuart Graham, he buys it 2 years after me. He makes a pile of cash. I sell it 2 years before the boom. I make myself and Stephen. No, we made money.
Okay.
Be happy.
Okay, yeah.
But he makes proper money as if he needs it. And
yes.
the next bloody thing is I sell that farm and I make my money and I'm now feeling a bit loaded.
Yeah.
And I go into a cocktail bar.
Yeah. Oh.
A very smart cocktail. And it turned into quite a dodgy nightclub.
Oh dear.
And ultimately.
You mean you actually invested in it?
Yeah, no, I ran it and invested.
What is it
I
called?
had a lot of fun and lost a lot of money. But I think that people stole from me too. I had cameras over the tills and but people stole from me. And I know who they are, but they stole from me.
Yeah.
But I move on.
Yes.
And
what was it called?
It was Virtual Sports Cocktail Bar at Brooks Pavilion, where the Coachman is today. But it was twice the size of the Coachman.
Jeez.
I provided, like I said, a lot of happiness, and life's about creating happiness and making a difference. The kids had a joy. I worry about the kids today. I call it the kids, the young 20, 30s that want to go clubbing and having fun. I provided that at quite a lot of money. But I had 600 people heaving, dancing.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun. I was warned not to do this, but you know what? I did it. No regrets.
Yeah. It's fine. It's an experience. It is.
My bar made money.
Dodgy nightclub. What the fuck is this? Exactly.
Yeah, and it was a dodgy nightclub. Ultimately, you know.
He was a nightclub owner.
And that's when I closed it. It started at a real cool spot where everybody wanted to be seen.
Yeah.
And then it turned.
Oh dear.
And I got out in time. Anyway.
You know, nightclubs are nightclubs. It's like nightclub owner. That is, you can
we had a lot of fun.
Add it to your CV.
I had a lot of fun. Cocktail bar.
Okay, cocktail bar.
And then it turned into a cool. I mean, our top DJs. We should fly them in from Joburg, and that was a place. I really gave kids, young people, a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun.
When was that? Like 2000s? Because it was
2000 and I'm guessing about
90s.
2008, somewhere around there, 7, 8. And it's
Where
sad that
Odysseus was
girls
there,
like to dance, you know, and the boys like girls, and if
so
the girls are happy,
the guys will be happy. You're right.
business opportunity for somebody. But hang on, I made a fatal mistake. I bought virtual sports. It was called virtual
The
sports.
golf things and those things.
No, God, soccer, golf,
Is
Formula
it?
One, bikes, cars, a lot of money, like
Okay.
2 million rands worth.
Jeez.
Stupid. I should have let my business partner fund it himself. And,
Yes.
but the 4 pool tables made more money, you know.
Really? Okay.
But the booze, we made money.
Okay,
and
yeah, money on the bar.
But anyway,
always.
one of those.
Did you get Guy Dakin for your liquor license? Well,
He did, funny enough.
yeah, he was there. He's there. He's a magic. He's a magic creator. That guy.
Yeah, but life's about experiences, and you know, you try some good ones, and now I just manage the padel, I farm,
Okay.
drink tea with my wife, and play a lot of golf, and I'm happy.
Excellent. I see that a Grant says I didn't have it at the LG Golf Simulator. I remember that.
It did have, Grant.
Yeah.
Yeah, we even had the golf simulator,
Yeah.
way ahead of our time. But
Gee whiz.
we had it all. But that kids didn't come to play and ride on those things. They wanted to have fun and dance, and that's where the money is. So
Rika, I see Rika saying many moons ago. Yeah, you're right. You're right, many moons. Rika Jonker. And then, and I see Elmarie saying that the juice was probably the best. The best just before it exploded, like a fermented. She says, I'm sure you could have probably made some booze out of it.
I think it was a bacteria growing. Yeah.
Yeah. And Barbara's having a good laugh there. Alex saying good times in the golf course. Alex is big into his sport as well. So your sport, you didn't make a career out of sport. Could you have done it, do you think? If you'd really
I probably regret, and it goes out to any sportsman out there. You never know how good you can be. Clearly was, as I got older, I was not that good. But I mixed it with the best under 12, under 14.
Okay, right there.
Paul Avis never got a set from me. That's my big bragging point. And he was SA number 1, but he developed into something good. Okay. And so, like I said, I peaked at about 14.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you think it was?
But it's physical. It's physical. Yeah. You need to be tall, and I'm not so tall. And I think, I think it'll. And you have to be an extreme athlete.
Yeah.
Maybe I wasn't that. I think. Always say to my friends that are good golfers, pro golfers, you've got a little window of opportunity.
Yeah.
And back your boy. See what he's capable of. In hindsight, I should have maybe, I hated boarding school, particularly junior school.
You didn't enjoy boarding school? So.
Well, I loved my home. I had a lovely home, and high school was better. Boarding school, don't let me put it down. Boarding school today is so much better. We were allowed 1 day out, one leave out a term. It was like a reformatory. It was shit. I liked my social life. I liked girls. I liked fortunately tennis gave me, I mixed a bit. And I think it was wrong that we were held back so much, boarding school teaches you a lot, and today boarding schools are a lot better, and poor farmers, you had no option but to send your kids to boarding school. I made the decision to move to the city when the little farm school closed, Wolverfontein.
Okay.
And I'm not unhappy. I had my kids at home to
So
influence them, and I feel a 22-year-old hostel master is not as equipped to raise a kid as what the parent is. That's my theory, and I might be wrong. I could probably get ridiculed for this, but I strongly believe in that. But poor farmers, at least they have the kids' weekends now, which would have made a massive difference to my life. And it is what it is.
Because it's some people.
And of course, bullying, eh?
Yeah.
Jesus, those days it was quite. It was almost legislated. It was allowed. Not in a. But not today. I think schools have clamped down immensely on it, and I think it's wonderful. Wonderful. Crawford College, I think they've got a thing that if you are caught bullying, you'll be called. You sign a declaration. You'll be called in once. If you do it again, you'll be asked to leave.
Wow.
Your kid. So I think schools are very aware of that. It was quite prevalent. Look, I went at a young age, so I was pretty. I handled it better than but many kids from divorced homes, single parent homes, are sent to boarding school. It was quite tragic to see that. You know?
That's a sickle a bit, you know.
A sickle a bit, you know.
So some people love it. I've had guests on who've been in boarding school. I always ask.
You make great mates. You make great lifetime mates. You excel at sport.
Yes.
Boarders are
always
box above their weight because there's jack shit else to do to play sport. Okay.
They always have.
You haven't got all these other interests. So there is a positive. You learn to be independent of your parents and look after yourself.
Where were your kids?
It's not
at
all
school?
bad.
Where did you send your kids to school?
My son was at Grey.
Grey, okay.
And my daughter at Collegiate. Two great schools. Yeah. Very, very.
And day boy and
very,
day
very.
girls.
Lived at home. And very, very happy that I could have them at home. And indebted that my kids have turned out good and I've got good jobs today.
I know, isn't it like a thing that like you think as a parent, you know, you just wonder how your kids are going to turn out and you just got to try and do your best, you know. You make
you know
mistakes
what, you got to get the best out of it. You know what? Probably there's one thing I'm most indebted, and I told Sean Lyons the other day that he taught my son music.
Yes.
And he hated that E flat horn and the French horn. He didn't really enjoy it, but he learned to read music. Today he plays like a guitar, and I love listening to him play, and it gives me a lot of pleasure watching him. And he has immense pleasure playing. He's got about 6 guitars. And
that's brilliant.
So,
well, you don't have to tell me about music.
And my kids they've done me proud. I'm very proud of them. Yeah.
I love the music.
But your school.
Philippa School, yes.
And you guys,
Elson,
what you do there for those kids to get the best out of their lives, amazing.
It certainly is a heartwarming.
It's just well done to all of you and all the educators out there making a difference.
Well, it's in your case as well, your school.
Kids' lives.
It's fantastic. You were doing some fundraising. I don't know if Philippa's got that video. She has got the video of you. Just give us a little bit of background with this Father Christmas outfit that you had.
Oh God, Gino, you've been stalking me.
This is the funniest video I've seen in my life. It's like a trio of Father Christmases that you made, but the one Father Christmas.
I tell you, it was. I was at lunchtime. Sometimes I have a little doze and I was sitting on the couch. And I happened to see this on the internet or Facebook or Instagram. A puppet show, a guy with 2 Father Christmases, one behind, one in front. I thought, and I was invited to be Father Christmas at Mission Vale the next day. I had to be there at like 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
And what an amazing institution that is. I can't go on enough. They wrap 5,000 Christmas presents. Yeah. Individually wrapped. Each kid, they queue the 0 to 7 one day, the 7 to 12 another day, the 12 to 6 another day, whatever. Okay. Each kid gets a present. Yeah. I probably messed up a bit because I did mine. I arrived there with my puppet attire. Yeah. But anyway, long and short of it.
You were going to be Father Christmas.
I was going to be the kids handing it out, but I thought I'll do one up. I will be a puppeteer.
Yeah. 3 Father Christmases in one.
Correct. And does it go up on the screen?
Let's show it to you. Let's have a look. Look at the last one.
Where's it was? Kevin. Peleka solen ni kapok.
Barrel. And
the one at the back is just like half.
No, he collapsed, and I was unaware of it. I've been dancing for hours. I had heat exhaustion. I was cramps. I was in a mess. But anyway, it was nice to be part of it, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah, the kids some of them were terrified of me. And some of them really warmed to me and danced a bit with me and that. But
that is hilarious. That thing. Play it again, man. Play it again. It's gonna be.
Where's it was? Kevin. Peleka solen ni kapok.
go through
bursting,
a quick
my
break
break,
before we get to the main thing. Yeah, right, just right. There's a light outside there. But listen, Patrick has some great stories. We while Patrick's doing his final thing, we are gonna give away a case of Fitch and Leeds before he comes back for his final questions. We're going to see if we can do it as well. I see Pat's tremendously talented golfer with a natural draw. Oh, very nice, very difficult. A draw. That's fantastic. Davina saying ho ho ho. Yes, Davina. Just the one at the back there was like, he looked like he'd had like a too many brandies. Oh, that is so funny. Nice. Pat's off to just get rid of some of the brandies. And no. So we're gonna do the getting to know you, but I don't know if Philip can get the draw, and we can do the lucky draw now for the Fitch and Leeds. The Fitch and Leeds give us every week. They give us a case of Fitch and Leeds, and I've got a whole lot of these beautiful. If you can see them in the distance, they're the penguin juices. The penguins. Every time you buy a penguin juice, which is the pineapple Fitch and Leeds, a certain amount goes towards the penguins and rehabilitating the penguins that are covered in oil and all sorts of crap from the harbour, from all these boats that are doing their what do they call it, bunkering. The penguins are suffering. So if you get a Fitch and Leeds penguin juice, you can do that. We are going to give away an entire case. We're going to do a little giveaway. Pat, we've got we do one every week.
Okay.
We give away a case of Fitch and Leeds. I'm going to see if she can share the screen there, and pick it up. There we go. Let's see if it works. Oh, there we go. That's it. We can just. There we go. And we do the lucky draw. We pull the lever and see whoever is on at the moment. Can be any one of you guys that can win this the Fitch and Leeds. I know I still need to get one to the Warmer Library because I think Camilla won. Lynn DeVitt, Lynn, you are the winner. We need to get your name and number. Wendy can get it, and we'll send that Fitch and Leeds to you. A case of Fitch and Leeds. Fantastic. So the final thing that we have to do, that was hilarious, that thing. That's one of the funniest videos I've seen. That last oak there.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you.
Right, so getting to know you section. This is the biggest risk that you've ever taken.
Yeah, well, was probably buying the adjoining farm, the 100% bond.
Wow.
When I'm newly married.
Jeez, like
yeah, and then a mower boom came and went.
Okay, so
it wasn't so easy, but yeah, we got through it, and thanks to my wife, and we got there.
I see Philip is actually just reminding me about this the neighbouring farm. This channel that could be done. All the way through from Addo. I think Paul Gardner was the one that was talking about that as well.
Well, he's I don't know.
It's Adrian's son.
We've been on with it for quite a couple of years, Eden to Addo.
Okay.
Yeah, wonderful if they could even expand it further.
Yeah.
I think our president wants 30% of South Africa to be. It's quite a tall order, but let's make some starts. The WWF's on board.
Okay.
My farm has been declared a protected environment. In fact, I could have it as a nature reserve, but that's more onerous. I'm going as a protected environment.
Okay.
There are benefits to farmers. There's money that you can get to.
So game, you can do game.
Erosion, noxious weed control, etc.
Yeah.
So there are benefits, and as I outlined it is a vision I have. I don't know if it's going to happen in my lifetime, but it's certainly something's got to start. And well done to Eden to Addo.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Imagine if that happens. I mean, imagine that, because everywhere else in the world, people are taking over all natural environments. Like there's going to be housing, there's going to be things, and so if we can get a corridor for the elephants and the animals to migrate,
no, it would be fantastic. Sadly, my neighbour
Yeah.
He's an Arab king. I haven't met the dude yet.
Yeah.
I hope to meet him one day. Maybe I don't know if he's still around, but he might have swallowed the hook by now because he's quite an old dude.
Okay.
But yeah, his son is a sultan, and they bought Blaubush Game Reserve.
Wow,
And a couple of years back, you may have heard they didn't look after the animals.
Yes,
The animals. There was only one watering point on the 7,000 reserve, and the elephant bull escaped.
Yeah.
And they darted him and put him on a flatbed,
Yeah.
and then he escaped again.
Oh,
and the giraffe were digging for water in a dry river.
Because they need water, so they have to.
Yeah. Anyway,
Oh, my word.
he escaped to a fellow farmer's farm, and they were going to put him down as a problem animal.
Oh.
And I thought, why must he pay with his life? Because he's trying to get water.
Yeah.
And I put it on Facebook, I think, Facebook post.
Yes. Oh, I saw that, the elephant.
And it went viral.
Yeah.
And an American, a Californian, put up $1 million.
Wow.
And nature and conservation bodies all piled on.
Jeez.
And the press got involved, and I offered to help get the water right, because I rented the farm, that Wolfenstein farm, so I was familiar with the farm, and a lot of water. It just needed a solar pump or two, and it was fixed.
Okay.
Anyway, long and short of it is they didn't take up my offer, and SPCA got involved. And it was quite lucky. We cut the bolts of the gate, and we cut his Jojo tanks in half, and the people who were tenants in my house, they had a water truck, and they provided water.
Okay.
So then what eventually led on to it was all these conservation bodies got on board, conservationists and fellow farmer, and they relocated the 13 elephant.
Wow.
And 30 I must get it right, 19 buffalo, and 13 elephant, and 30 wildebeest, and I was a proud recipient. I'm a custodian of 2 giraffe.
Wow.
And I've got a little baby giraffe now. The second one born, the first one sadly passed away.
Okay.
So
it's beautiful.
It was nice to play a small part in it, because all credit to the Californian that what in his name now.
We can post it in the comments if they know.
He made the money available in 48 hours. He was in South Africa overseeing the relocation of these animals.
Gee whiz, okay.
So it turned out well.
Fantastic.
The lodge has been, but sadly it's not a functioning tourist game. There used to be 50 people employed. No longer. It's quite sad.
It's the you've just got to concentrate.
So
on
it's
it
very
for a while.
private reserve for his family and friends. Or whatever.
Only. Okay. I see Tim Mason coming on there saying class of 75. Is that the year?
That's us, eh? We're going to have a big reunion.
It's a joy. It's
50
years.
He's the coordinator.
50 years. Is
50, buddy.
50 years, Tim Mason, eh?
Time goes quickly.
It's incredible. And you're still in touch with a lot of the Oaks?
Yes.
Okay. I know you actually got like a WhatsApp group. I've heard about these WhatsApp groups.
Lots of planning going down and contacting all the people. And
excellent.
I hope we all make it. Guys, look after yourself. And
look after our tickers,
20% sadly of our classmates haven't made it.
Gee whiz, 50 years. It's as you get older, it gets more difficult to stay alive. When you're young, you don't even think about things. Running, walking, whatever thing, picking up this, picking up that. When you get older, it becomes more and more difficult to do any of that.
I know. Maybe smoking, brandy.
The brandy helps to kill the pain a little bit.
It did relax. Right. It did relax me.
Okay, so your biggest adrenaline rush ever?
Oh God, sure. Oh, it has to be. I had these 2 when I was still doing professional hunting. I had these 2 Texans arrive. Without their guns, without their clothing. They missed a connecting flight or whatever in Miami. Anyway, they arrive here. One guy's a big guy.
Texan guys, come on.
Cool guys. And I loaned them. I didn't have time. They arrived late. The shops were closed, and we went hunting. We had to make money, dollars.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
And I loaned them my tracksuit pants. With the one guy could fit in, looked like ski pants, and the other one he was my size sort of thing, and it was fun. And we hunted. But after about 2 or 3 days, they weren't smelling so good.
Okay.
And I thought it was time to go to Woolworths, and it was a Sunday actually.
Okay.
And I wasn't sure those days if Woolworths was open in the afternoon at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I was riding a bit, not a little bit fast,
Very fast.
very fast.
Okay. On the back roads.
Gino made me think of your impersonation.
Die spitkop.
Spitkop.
Ja,
the
met die snor, ja. Ek kom met die snor, daai helmet ramspoed. Dis die ou wat ek was met die spietkop wat reëls en regulasies looking for transgressors on a road.
Well, he found a transgressor on a Sunday morning, and he stopped me, and I was going properly fast. Okay, I stopped 500-600 meters down the road.
Yeah.
And our snore wasn't making an effort to come towards me. It was the time of O.J. Simpson.
Okay.
When O.J. rode away from the cops. So I still said to the guys, listen, I'm going to do an O.J.,
Yeah.
but if he catches me, I will pull over.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
deal. But I'm going to give it my best. I said, we're in.
Okay.
Proper. And we went. Okay.
Come on, let's go, man.
And we hit it. I floored the little car I had then, and we were going, but I mean, stupid, eh? I mean, broad daylight.
Yeah.
Snores on his radio into his 3-liter Granada. Was probably
Wat oud Granadas. Yes, so
I don't know, probably waiting with me for automatic rifles in Utrecht with dispatch. And my mind's racing. How stupid are you? And I'm now thinking, how am I going to get out of this situation? But anyway, there was a little side road towards a Manzi, just short of Utrecht, a gravel road there.
Yeah.
And
So you know the roads because
I used to take a shortcut to the abattoirs there, whatever. And before that old road was built, and I went sideways. Like Carlos Sainz would have been proud of me.
Okay.
I was sideways into that corner, and they were videoing this whole procedure, and they were saying, "We're losing Snort. We've got, we're losing him.
The guys,
and they were giving them
the hunters.
the hunters. They had the video camera, right? And they were into this thing, and but the worst was to come.
Yeah.
There was a railway crossing about 100 meters from there. I was flying, and by then we thought, that's it, we've lost Snort, okay?
Yeah.
And I hit this railway crossing. I've never done a railway crossing at 140 kilometers an hour, but it was spectacular. But the Carlos Sainz would have been proud to land.
Yeah.
I went airborne. I just saw binoculars, bullets, sandwiches, flasks, guns, everything. Americans. We all went like airborne, like that. Okay, in the car, and it felt like minutes. And I landed this thing. Well, we laughed the whole way to Woolworths, but the party. We lost him, okay. So I thought. The next day, Snor was at my house. My daughter came wide-eyed. Dad, the police were here looking for you.
Oh, jeez, okay.
So I phoned Pagdens and I thought, oh, God.
Okay.
I'm in trouble here now. I'm really in big, big trouble here now. I'm riding away from the cops. Anyway, the advice I got, I actually told I like to tell people what to do. I said to the lawyer, I said, you know what, this is my story.
Yeah.
I was speeding.
Yeah.
They came there, my wife made tea and cake till they had enough. And when eventually I came out the hunting, I had to phone this guy. And I phoned the attorney and I said I had to phone this main ook in Spitkop, main
Spitkop.
In Utrecht. And I said, listen, but it was me.
Okay.
It was me. It was speeding. I told him why. And the hunters were here. I was in a hurry. But I didn't ride away. Snor made no effort to come towards me. And I was in a rush. That's why I was speeding. And I thought, well, okay, I don't know. I'm okay. And I left. Yes. And they gave me $1,000 tip.
Oh, the hunters gave you $1,000.
$1,000 tip. It was in the early 90s, mother. Yeah. How about that?
No, that's an adrenaline rush for you.
Yeah.
So you made a bit of profit even out of that.
But riding away from police, I don't recommend it. But I promise you, that gets the blood pressure going.
I'm sure you can ask O.J. Simpson.
It was the same time, man. Well, OJ, I don't know what he went through, a guilty bugger.
Oh,
but
my
anyway.
word. Oh, no. Okay, so if your life had been different from what you imagined, do you think you would have done the same thing?
Well, being the only son, I think, it wasn't. I was having such a lucky
You had no
time
choice.
in Cape Town. I wanted to maybe study further, but not having the most academic matric, that
You didn't study after?
No.
matric, okay.
We were making proper cash on the farm. I said, you get your ass here,
Yeah, okay.
and become farm. And we did. We made good money.
Okay.
Very happy to say we were able to help my sisters do what they're doing today.
Yeah.
In accommodation establishments, and it's been a great ride, and my father was a wonderful man.
Yeah.
He was a hard-working man, and I worked hard for
It
10
sounds
years of my life, maybe, I can't remember, maybe a bit longer, but after that, it's been an easy ride, and
Okay.
thanks to him.
It sounds like your folks had a good relationship as well.
Yes, quite tempestuous at times. My mother being a Latin American,
Yes,
I think my dad was a bit like me. We don't listen properly, so he missed a lot. But they had a good marriage. But she blew him off his feet. I mean, he has this gorgeous Venezuelan woman pitching in a Peru town there. She came to visit her aunt on the neighboring farm. My old man was like blown away,
Yeah.
But
You just reminded me now, there was a story we were talking about before we started here about you with the Harley Davidson. Did you have a midlife
You're
crisis?
going to ask me a question about what was my most impulsive.
Yes,
whatever.
your most impulsive thing you've ever done. Yes.
I was
spontaneous or irresponsible.
I came to town and I thought I could just farm and play golf and obviously with the family I had to find something to do financially as well as something to keep myself busy. It wasn't healthy.
Yeah.
And I joined Old Mutual. And,
Okay. Yes.
I wasn't
A highlight, a career highlight. What is the question? The career highlight.
not a big deal, but I mean,
I
actually won an award. For
Old
the
Mutual.
top financial advisor under 5 years service.
Gee whiz.
2,000 reps.
Yeah. Top one.
Yeah, my manager thought it was a mistake, and maybe it was, but I won it.
No, but
getting back to, I went to visit this client, quite a high net worth guy, and he had these two beautiful Harleys.
Yeah.
He actually fixed my teeth. He gave me some new caps here,
Nice.
And I went to visit him, and he had this. I saw the picture of a Harley on his desk. I said, "Show me." We now go. I want to see your Harleys. I love bikes.
Okay.
And I said, before I go, just start one up for me. He had two identical bikes. They were year 2000 edition.
Yeah.
And they started it up with Screaming Eagle pipes, no baffles in it. The birds just all took off out of the trees. And I knew then it was sold, okay?
Yeah, okay.
And I drove home and I broke the news to my wife, like my cars. It wasn't well received.
Okay.
But I stuck with it and I bought the bike. And now, you're going to be careful when you bring some metal into
new home.
You can't push things.
Yes.
And I suggested a little trip to Prince Albert, a weekend, long weekend. Well, needless to say, it was not met with enthusiasm. But I heard old Charlie Laird drive past my house. I was lying in bed. I've been so excited, to drive my Harley. Now they were going on a little ride to Prince Albert.
Okay.
And I said to my wife, I think I'm just going to ride with them to J-Bay or whatever and have breakfast. She said, no problem.
Okay.
So I haven't got kit. I've got my little helmet on, my hunting boots and jacket. I haven't got all the Harley stuff, and I take off. Yeah, but I'm excited.
Yeah.
And we ride. We have breakfast at the Juventina Hotel, followed by a brandy or two, whatever. And when alcohol, it sort of makes you a little bit reckless and naughty. But and I just decided, you know what? The guy said, Patrick, ride further, man. It's like in the long cliff. Anyway, I just keep riding. I end up at Prince Albert. So I thought I better phone my wife. She's probably worried about me.
Yeah.
And I phoned her. Well, I hold the phone about over here. And,
Where are you?
I said, isn't that near Oudtshoorn? Yeah. Anyway.
Oudtshoorn. It's further than Oudtshoorn.
The guys always joked, I did dinner, bed and breakfast, a breakfast run, But shame, it ended well. We ended up going to Fancourt or Cape Town the weekend, and I think I had to buy some furniture just to make up.
Okay, to make up for your sins.
Yeah.
Tell me, I had a couple of messages coming in before the show. They said that your nickname is Truth.
Oh, God.
What's that story?
No, we used to have a little tennis group. We used to play lie dice, and I always used to
lie
say,
dice.
"Guys, you got to believe me, it's in the box. Bet the truth." That's where it comes from.
Okay. So you can't tell lies.
Yeah, but the other one, more sort of real, is unplugged.
Unplugged, is that what you're...
Yeah, it's I'm quite switched off. I don't listen well, and I miss a lot. A pole fell on my head, and that's my story. Telephone pole when I was building a shed on my farm. No, literally, I ended up in ICU for a couple of days, and I cracked my skull from side to side. But my old man.
You're working on a shed. And
H-iron, and I'm pushing it up with the telephone. My old man was, farmers, we do everything like the Egyptians,
What's H-iron?
H-iron is that's thick metal, like an H.
Oh shit! One of those, like an I-beam.
So we're pushing, I-beam, we're pushing that up with telephone poles, and the bolts went to lining. And that is my story. When my wife says you don't listen or do stupid, I don't remember a lot. Yeah. I was out.
Completely out.
And it went dong. I can still hear the noise.
You could have died.
I recovered, but I think it's affected that part of my brain.
That's your story, and
that's why they call me unplugged.
Okay, because it's unplugged.
Forgive me, all of you, my family.
Oh, man.
My son, he gets irritated as my wife gets irritated. A lot of us at golf, I think they know me well enough now.
Oh, my God. Well, Patrick, it's been 2 hours. I think it's a record. It's a record show tonight. It's been fantastic. Fantastic. You know what? Your stories. You got stories.
I can keep you going. My golf stories are like legendary, but
who you play golf with?
My mates have heard them all. So.
No, but I know you don't like to brag, but you're a bloody good golfer.
Getting worse now, I can't get my hands right, but I play with the guys on a Thursday and play Wednesdays, but we play for a bit of money on a Thursday.
Okay.
A lot of fun, and it's a lot of stories.
I'm sure anybody who's watching now that anything knows about his personality traits, you can put it in the comments as well, and we'll attack those too. But so your golf and your tennis, they say anything with balls that Patrick he's okay with sports.
Yeah, no, listen, tennis probably is a foundation of Avid de Villiers, Grant Pollock, Kepler Vessels, can go on. They were all number one tennis players, and look what good cricketers they became. So, and it really hurts me that Grey decides to move the tennis courts for water polo and hockey warm-up. It's now off campus, high school.
Is it? Okay.
It's quite sad, but anyway, it is what it is. But guys, tennis, a great sport. Padel, great sport.
Good one.
But those are the foundations for ball skills.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. I also played cricket.
Cricket as well.
But I mean a little bit across the line, but I could hit a ball.
Okay. And hockey, you don't do hockey?
No.
No vets hockey?
Bent like it, no.
Okay. Because I know they're having the vets hockey coming soon. I think I'm doing a gig for them coming up. Those oaks can party as well. But I think all sports eventually becomes about the camaraderie See, there's a story. Practicing putting. Practicing putting at the George Golf Club.
Okay, Gino.
Ian's got a story. I'm looking around the cameras for the read it here.
I can elaborate. I thought it would come up. And there's so many others, but
yes.
I was asked to play there was a guy short for St Andrews Golf Group. Bryce Dakin asked me to play.
Bryce?
And
yes.
I just was pretty new at Fancourt then. and didn't really know the course well, George. In fact,
Okay.
probably the first time I played it.
Wow.
And I'd bought my sleeve of Provies, and I was walking out to the practice green, and there were 12 guys. We were 12, and the guys were chipping and putting around the plaque. It was busy, okay?
Yeah.
So I threw my 3 balls on the green, and the courteous thing is wait for somebody. You're putting at the same hole. You wait for the guy to finish putting.
Finish his putt.
So I hit this long range putt, miss a hole, hit the next one. Now look at this guy looking at me like, what the hell are you doing? I was on the 9th green. The guys were playing a game. It was next to the putting green. Yeah.
Are you on the hole?
Yeah.
Sorry, Az, what's your problem?
Oh God. Anyway, they had a sense of humor.
A bit of unplugged there, it's fine.
There was lots of plugged ones. Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But
Oh,
anyway,
thanks,
Gino,
Yo.
it's really been nice being
Thank
here.
you so much, man. It's
And
been-
you're a great comedian, and we can very be proud of your musical talents, your dancing skills.
You know, a guy's got to do. It's like a farmer. You got to diversify. You got to do whatever you can to make a quick buck.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's
man.
been fantastic to have you on the show.
Thank you, Gino.
Thank you, Patrick. What an
And,
absolute
thank
pleasure.
you for inviting me. And
It's a pleasure.
It's a little something. My family, my grandkids, when they
That's
they
it.
can see
You
what
know,
type of grandfather they
The chicken.
come from.
Exactly. Exactly. It's Patrick Grewar right now. 2025, 28th of January, and it's going to be here for as long as the internet exists. It'll be here.
Yeah.
So thanks so
Thanks
much.
for inviting me, and really a privilege to be here. Thank
Pleasure,
you.
man, and thank you for your time. And
Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. One drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver, get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot!
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot!
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.